Hi everybody, welcome to week 8. Sorry I can't be with you, but I have prepared some slides and we'll give you a demo on covering the techniques that you will be learning this week. So here we are, Project 2, 2 Jacquard Textiles, Part 2. So to advance through this set of steps that I'll be covering in this presentation, you will have first completed you've contributed to the visual research discussion, and you've submitted your Damask two-color motif and repeat design. So see the slides in week 7 for details on those in case you've missed. The this next set of files will be due week 10, and next week we'll have time to meet and discuss your work and troubleshoot any problems that come up. But do go through these steps and try to create files as I will teach you how to do. So the first step in the process is to download the Weave Presets zip file from the week 8 module. And that is right here. So in the week 8 module, you'll find, first of all, the assignment. The next step of the assignment, the outline is here, so you can have a look at the deliverables there. And in order to do these next steps, you're going to need to download this zip file. So select download, and then it will ask you where you want to save those files, and I suggest you just put them on your desktop so you know where they are for now. And once you've done that, you'll have a file that is called Weave Presets that is full of other files. They're little pattern files. And you'll need to be able to access those when you're working in Photoshop. So I'm going to show you where to put them so that when you're inside working in Photoshop, you can access them from your pattern presets. And if you look here, these are the locations, the location for Mac and the location for Windows on where to put that, that file, the Weave Presets file. So for Mac, you're going to go into your Finder down here, and then find Applications, and then Adobe Photoshop, and then Presets. So there's this long list of, sorry, already open. So when you open Photoshop, you'll see something like this. You'll see presets. You could double click and open that, and then you need to find patterns right here. It's alphabetical, and this is where you're going to drag the Weave presets into patterns. If I open this, you'll see that I've already done that. So I have this Weave presets file sitting there, and if I were to open that, you can see there are many files and subfiles in there, and these are all hundreds and hundreds of weave structures, so they're little patterns, and that's what you're going to be working with in Photoshop. So today specifically you're going to be using the satins, and these are what you're going to be loading into Photoshop, and I'll show you how to do that. But they do need to be in this location in order to access them from Photoshop. With Windows, this is your location where you're going to put that file, the Weave Presets file. So the C drive, Program Files, Adobe, Photoshop, Presets. Okay, so the next step is to open your repeat. That's the 840 pixel by 840 pixel repeat. You're going to open it in Photoshop. So I find the easiest way to do it is just find it and drag it into Photoshop. You won't need these grids, so you might have that grid overlay that we created last week. I'd go in and remove that. So that is under View, Extras. And now we want to, step 3 here, we want to make sure that this is only black and white. There are no grays in here at all. We absolutely need to know that this is just black and white at this stage. So image, mode, index color. If index color is already checked, your file has already been indexed, but just to double check, go to RGB, assign it RGB, and then go back in. And if it's in RGB, that's when you can select index color and have this pop-up window. And then you go local perceptual, and you'll be able to key into black and white, no transparency, and OK. So now I know this is just black and white. So that's step 3. Step 4. This I'll get into the kind of why, the reasoning behind this, I will get into next week. It's a little bit of Jacquard theory that I will explain in detail. But for now, we're just going to resize the image in height by 89%. So we're going to squash it in height, but not in width. So here you can see this is really important right here. We don't want to constrain the proportions. We only want it reduced in height by 89%. We want the width to remain 100%. So image, image size, see this chain? If it's clicked on, it will constrain the proportions, meaning if I key in 89 here, it will be 89 above. Okay, so we don't want that. So image, image size, and make sure that chain is not clicked. And I'm going to key in 89 here, and you can see already that my design gets reduced in height but not in width. If you're not sure whether it was done, you can go back into image size and now look at your pixels. We've got 840 pixels wide and now only 748 high. So now we know that it has been distorted, basically, resized in height only. Okay, that's step 4. Step 5 is a few more steps within this step. So we're going to go image mode RGB to begin with. And then we're going to open the layers window. So window, layers. And then we're going to select the magic wand tool, and that's this right here, and make sure that these elements are set as I've described here. So tolerance is 0, and these 3 things here are not checked. Okay, so going to my magic wand. So I've got my layers window is open now. I've got my magic wand, and I've got tolerance 0, and these things are not checked. Okay, and now next step in my layers palette, I'm going to click on the background layer, and with the magic wand, select the black. So this is my background layer. I've got my magic wand. I'm going to go into any area that is black, so choose a large area to make sure you're really on black and not white. And then you'll see these little dancing ants, they often call them, moving around all the black areas. And then I am going to go layer, new, layer via copy. And you can see now I have a new layer. This is layer 1, and we'll know that layer 1 is black. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing again and select the white. So as it says here, repeat these steps 4 and 5 above, selecting white the second time. Okay, so I've got my magic wand here. Pay close attention. I don't want to be on layer 1 when I go to select the white. It's going to tell me that it's an empty area. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's actually just selecting black. You want to be on the background layer and then select the white and then layer, new, layer via copy. So now I have 2 layers plus the background layer. Layer number 1 is all of the black, layer number 2 is all of the white. And then it's a good idea to save your file at this point so that you don't lose any work that you've already done. Step 6, you're going to assign each of the layers a weave structure from the pattern presets. So first, in the layers window, you're going to select the black layer. We know that that's layer 1. And then FX at the bottom of the layer window, and then choose pattern overlay to reveal the layer style window. So that looks like this. I'm going to layer 1, going down here to the little FX, and then I'm going to find pattern overlay, and this dialog box pops up. Now I've already loaded my pattern presets. You can see there's a weave pattern there right now, but I will walk you through these next steps. So here in step 2 of step 6, you're going to select the small arrow to the right of the pattern and then select the gear, then import patterns. So the small arrow is this, and then this is the gear, and then you're going to go import patterns. And then you have to navigate to where you put those pattern presets. So on the Mac, it's Applications, Photoshop, Presets, and then Patterns. And then in Weave Presets, you're going to find the satins and select all of those. So if you click on the top one and hold down Shift and click on the bottom one and open, then they will, I'm going to cancel because I've already done this, they will be loaded into your pattern presets and you'll be able to access them. Okay, so I've zoomed ahead here. That was step B. Find the satin folder in the place where you put your presets, open it, select them all, and click open. Okay, so that was step 6. Step 6 continued. Third step within step 6. Now you're going to select the gear icon and small list, and then navigate to your 5-end satins, and then select 1/4 or a 1/4 satin. So the 1/4 satin is mostly white. It'll look like this. And now you can see what just happened there in behind the scenes. Everything that was black, that layer that is black, got filled with that pattern, which is the weave structure. I'll just change it so you can see what happens. That's the 4-1 pattern. But we want, for the black areas, we want the 1/4. And okay. And then we want to do the same thing for the white layer. We need to assign it a weave structure. So the white layer is layer 2, and we're going to go FX, pattern overlay, and now we're going to use the 4-1 satin, which is here. Okay, so now we have all of the layers assigned weave structures. If we zoom in, you can see those there. So remember those weave drafts. This is, you'll recognize this is weaving language here. So this is, the loom can read this and will read this as threads. Okay, So the result, as I've zoomed in there and shown you, is that our black and our white areas are filled with these weave patterns. Step 7 with this simple 2-colored design is not necessary. We'll revisit this when we work with the portrait, and it's just a technique for checking to see that you have weave structures in all of your color areas. So last step, step 8, duplicate the file that you've just created, just so you have a version that of the file that is a kind of working file if you need to retrace any steps. So duplicate the file, and then save with your duplicate file. You're going to flatten it. So go image, duplicate, and then layer, flatten image. Layer, flatten image. And now you see we've lost all the layers. We're down to 1. And then image mode, index color, one last time. You want to make sure that it's black and white only. It is, that's great. And save as this format, your last name, Damask, BMP file. And that's it. You have a file that a loom can read and weave. That's it for this week. So again, next week, bring this work with you to class. Be prepared to share your screen if you're having any troubles, and we can troubleshoot things together. But do give it a try, move through these steps, pay very close attention to each of those little steps. You might either use this video as you're working, or just keep the slides open and read through them. That's up to you.